everyone. Um, I am back with another video, and today I am playing a game called Without Within. I found this on Steam for free. As I said before, I like to get free games because, I'm broke, and free is always better. Well, that's not true. I do have paid games. Yeah, I'm not completely cheap, guys. I do actually have money sometimes, most of the time not. But yes, today we are playing Without Within. This game is about a girl right here, and she does some things. Yes, I know a lot about the games I get. As I say, if it's free, it's good, and it's worthy of playing. Alright, let's begin. Venti, 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 Venti. The chants of my fans echoed through the door in front of me. One of my two bodyguards wrapped his hand around the doorknob. Please prepare yourself, Miss Venti. Once I open this door, we'll head straight for Alamo. The guard had no reason to fret. I had long since grown used to these crowds. Still, I nodded to put him at ease. After taking a deep breath, he pushed the door open. A crowd of hundreds raised their cameras as soon as I stepped out. My guards waved their arms to shoo them away. The red carpet was for me to walk on. After all, I blew a kiss for these starstruck peasants. Miss Vinti, please let us hurry, my bodyguard said. Too bad for him. I strutted along like a model on a catwalk. A group of reporters managed to worm through the crowd, now tiptoed over my guards in hopes of scoring that exclusive. Minty, how's it feel to have won the Calligrapher of the Year award? The reporter asked me. Before I could answer, another dozen people shouted over each other, hoping for my attention. Minty, may I get a photo with you? Can you sign some autographs for my kids? And two for me, of course. My fans stamped over their dirty shoes all over the red carpet. Finally, my bodyguards pulled out pepper sprays to keep these fans in check. A young male reached in my direction despite having a spray aimed at his face. Rather admirable for a peasant. Hopefully you guys don't see that. Wait a second. Oh shit. Oh shit. I don't know if you guys can see that. I extended a hand for this male fan to kiss. Unfortunately for him, he fainted at the sight of my perfectly polished nails. I reached my limousine at last. My bodyguard opened the door for me. As I climbed in, my trailing fans snapped as many photos as they could. Miss Vinti, the crowd chanted as my car window pulled up. How odd, they never referred to me as Miss. Oh, how my graceful presence must have been too much for their sanity, these poor things. Miss Vinti. Dot dot dot. Oh shit. Dot dot dot. Oh! Well, I had fun while it lasted. At least I got to ride in a limousine for a good 30 seconds. In real life, my only registered vehicles was, well, my Tornado bicycle. My apartment had no space for a car anyway. Actually, this single room with cracked walls might have been an insult to the word apartment. Pull up those curtains for a spectacular $1 view, featuring a sewage pipe in a wall tainted with yellow. Just open the window if you wish to smell sewage as well. A breathtaking experience. By the way, sorry, I needed to take back the one room thing. This place actually has two rooms. Thank you very much. Second room happened to be a toilet. That still counted, right? The toilet clogged 3 times a month, so be careful while using it. Miss Minty, Owen's voice echoed from outside. She was no fan, but rather my landlady. I glanced at my clock. 6 a.m. Waiting another hour or two would have been nice. She probably just wanted to tell me that about another rent rise. Nothing good ever came out of that woman's mouth. I'd be better off staying in bed. Okay, by the way, guys, I tried to record this before, but it didn't record the video, and the audio recorded, but the video didn't record. So I am doing this again, and I may or may not know most of the fails and wins. Yes, this game, yeah, if you click the wrong option, you die. Well, you don't die, but you have to restart, which is just about as bad as dying. So I'm just gonna click all the right options, okay? This is a tutorial on how to not die in freaking without within. I think, sure. Coming as I change into something more appropriate. The landlady still kept knocking as I said I was coming, didn't I? Did I not? Maybe I should walk out naked as if that was what she dug. If this were a game, I might get a sale boost too. Well, it is a game. Good morning, Miss Minty, the landlady said. I must ask, what's that hair? You look like you just woke up. That's because I did. It's a waste for young ladies like you to sleep your youth away. to sleep away your youth. The landlady shook her head. She had no right to preach me like this. I wanted to tell her, but I decided against it. Doing so would give her an excuse to lecture me further. With her size, if I enraged her, she would squash me into a Venti-flavored pancake. Miss Venti, your rent was due 3 days ago. Oh, well, at least there was no rent increase. Sorry, madam. I'll check. My next paycheck will come after tonight's shift, so I'll pay you first thing tomorrow. Landlady grunted. Alright, just know that if this keeps up, you have to find somewhere else to live. She spun around to leave. When she disappeared behind the corridor, I kicked my door shut, causing a piece of my cracked wall to fall off. I tried shoving the piece back in place. My effort resulted in more wall fragments flaking off. Great. The landlady would make me pay for that next month. Once I became an unaccomplished calligrapher, she would beg me for the chance to try my shoe. Hey, I sounded a bit ranty before, but that was never my intention. A lot of famous people had humble beginnings. I would follow in their footsteps, but first I need to put in the work without within. So I returned to the busiest street in my area, with my calligraphy spread before me. I sat on the concrete and rested my back against the fence. Car horns blared behind me, mixed with people shouting at things about each other's mothers. My brother from another. No, okay. These cars kept expelling fumes that made me choke. Just one of the many things I dealt with in the name of art. Pedestrians took up almost every inch of space on the street ahead. Surely this would be the day someone spotted my talent. As always, no one afforded me any more than a passing glance, and my will soon dwindled. Let me be honest. I never expected to be showered with praise by every head who passed here. What was the old saying? 10% of people you reached out to will buy your work. I could live with that. Even just 1%. Please, anything but 0. I wanted to scream at these people. They had no idea how much sweat poured. They had no idea how much sweat I poured into these calligraphies. By the way, do not rant at them. I decided to keep these displeasures to myself. People often said patience would be rewarded. I wonder if my patience would ever become worthwhile. Just as I thought this, a man paused to look at my calligraphies. He had a bucket of fried chicken in his hand. The smell made my mouth water. As the man eyeballed my work on my wand, I felt my cheeks heating up from anticipation. At last, someone who had spared more than a moment with my works. This must be our reward. The timing could hardly be more perfect. I summoned the courage to speak with the man, but he spoke first. You charging for these? I managed to nod. The man snorted. I would never hang these on my wall, even if he gave them to me for free. Seriously, this is the most shameless display I've ever seen. Trolls online were one thing. Confronting one in real life was a rarity. Judging from the man's scrawny arms, I bet I could overpower him with ease. Then he would know just how big of a blunder he had made. Don't attack him. As I was about to click attack, but I'm like, nah. Folks always said to ignore trolls. I clenched my teeth and stayed put. After chuckling in my face, the man strutted off, determined to prove him wrong. I continued to sit down and wait for potential customers. Another 1,000 people walked by without sparing me a look. Lingering here any longer would be a waste of time. As I packed up my things, I insisted on leaving because my part-time job started in an hour. Deep inside, I knew the man's words had rocked my confidence. Giving up on calligraphy would mean I had wasted all this time over nothing. Yet I lacked the gift. If I lacked the gift, persevering might make things worse. Tears welled up in my eyes as I clenched my fists to hold them back. Speaking of tears, I heard a kid crying within the crowd. It looked like we had a lost child in our hands. Some pedestrians shot him glances, but none of them offered more than that. These were really horrible people. To cheer myself up, I told myself I never want my calligraphies to be owned like people like that. I should help the kid, but that would mean being late for my job. And I actually don't know what happens if you ignore him, but here's my logic. If she doesn't want people like that buying her stuff, if she doesn't help them, she's exactly the same as them. And she'd just be a complete douche. Like, who wouldn't help a kid on the street? Well, I mean, half the people here wouldn't. Like, on the street wouldn't, obviously. Whatever. I don't know where I was going with that. Hope. If I judged others for abandoning a child, then did the same to myself, I would be a jerk and a hypocrite. With a sigh, I walked up to the boy. There, it's okay. Did you lose your mommy? The boy was sobbing toward the answer. I leaned to stroke his back with one hand and his head with another. Let me know if you lost your mommy, okay? I'll help you find her. There's no need to be scared. The boy managed a nod at last. I whispered good boy in his ear. What's your mommy's name? Hungry. Her name is Hungry? The boy's tummy growled and I realized what he meant. Oh well, how about I buy you a sandwich? The kid shook his head. I want ice cream. Hey kid, ice cream's more of a dessert actually. I want ice cream. So ice cream it was, one for him and none for me. But the money came out of my pocket, of course, my poor, poor wallet. At least this kid could have eaten the whole thing rather than let half of it melt on his shirt. Jesse, the boy said. That's my mommy's name. Jesse, Jesse, I called as I strode along the street. Now people stared at me more than ever, enough to make me blush. In fact, maybe I should try shouting Jesse at random next time I sold my calligraphies. The sky turned orange as time ticked by. Yes, I knew my shift started half an hour ago. Stop reminding me. A woman squeezed through the crowd and scurried toward us. She ran past a red light, nearly getting hit by a truck in the process. Mommy, the boy shook free of my hold and ran into his mother's embrace. After muttering apologies to her son, the woman gazed towards me. Oh, thank you so much for your help. You're wonderful. Just wonderful. The torrent of praises curled my lips into a stupid grin. Anyone would have done the same thing. Obviously not, though. Please, if there's anything I can do in return, just let me know. The mother said. Actually, there is something I need help with. The mother nodded. Anything in my power, miss. Which way back to the train station? That was in. The sky had gone dark by the time I arrived at work. I opened the restaurant door gingerly to avoid making any noise. Stealth mode switched on. They call me Ninja Minty for a reason. Miss Minty, the voice of the boss nearly made me jump onto the ceiling fan. Sorry if I'm late. I wanted to explain, my boss glared at me. My tongue slurred out a bunch of syllables. My explanation was in there somewhere. Probably, maybe. I received an earful from my boss, and at least I got to keep my job. Several colleagues shot me frowns for not being here during such a busy period. In the end, I took all the blame without complaint. Well, at one point, I locked myself inside the toilet and screamed in the toilet bowl, into the bowl. I thought I might or might not have fantasized about dunking my workmates' heads into the toilet. That was hard. That was enough for me to know. That was alone for me. That was for me alone to know, though. Oh my god, sorry. At least I earned the paycheck it needed to keep my landlady quiet for another month. As for the months after that, we would see when the time came. All I wanted was to pursue my art, but reality kept pressuring me towards finding a second job. On the way home, I spotted a banner for an upcoming visual novel named Princess Area. The game had been long hyped on every forum I knew. Amazing art along with a cast of famous voice actors. The writer and the composer were big names too. For Princess Area to have an ad this big, it must have been a lot of money put behind the project. The way this banner hung high gave me a sense it was extra important. Red lights shone in the princess' face to impress potential players. Yes, that was what I really needed. If I had a banner like that, no doubt people would line up to buy my calligraphy. I would already imagine how folks would react if I walked along the streets. Hey, I think that was Minty. Why, wow, no way, you mean the famous calligrapher I see on all those banners? Yeah, she must be really good. Maybe we should ask her for an autograph. My agent would step in to speak on my behalf. Please line up in orderly fashion, everyone. How much for an autograph? Shut up and take my money. The agent nodded in response. Autographs are available for $100, thanks. That would be $100, thanks, the game's owner said. Princess Area cost twice as much as I predicted. If I bought the game, I had little left for rent. I opened my wallet, hoping I would have more cash on hand than I realized. Turned out I had less, actually. I hung my head, and the storekeeper sighed. He arched his eyebrows, pressuring me into buying the game. I did ride 3 trains to get here. Might as well pick up something. I told the gamekeeper how much money I had, then he shook his head. The store owner pulled out a different game from under his table. He brushed away the dust so I could see the cover. The title read, Sunflower War, some visual novel about the battlefield. Copyright 1997, the bottom read. No wonder it was so cheap. Art by Invert Mouse, whoever the heck that was. Front cover would fit perfectly in a kindergarten classroom. I flipped the case to see what was highlighted on the back. The game was supported up to 640 by 480 resolution. Surely the pinnacle of technology. Shopkeeper grimaced. He must have sensed I wanted to say no. His stare made my palms stain with sweat. I ended up buying the game. Dealing with folks like that had always been a weakness of mine. Remind me to never visit that store again. With heavy strides, I returned to my apartment. 0 calligraphy sales, late for work, and with rent, topped off with blowing cash on some game I had no interest in. What I really wanted to play was Princess Area. Forcing myself to suffer anything else would just upset me further. And it was about here that I actually wanted to end the episode last time, because it was getting really long. I kept on failing miserably. So from this point on, I actually have no idea what to do. I did spend money on Sunflower War. I might as well give it a go. The day left me pretty drained, so this relic of a game would do a good job in putting me to sleep. I switched on my laptop and inserted a disk, which I partly hoped would fail to load from the old age. Too bad for me, it worked just fine. No doubt there are a lot of people loving Princess Area now. Meanwhile, here I was enjoying this 640 by 480 godsend. No voice acting either. These illustrations looked like they were done by a child. I'd be better off closing my eyes and imagining my own artworks. The grass reached up to our knees as I read along. I painted an image of the scene in my head. The plants rustled as we waded through. We paused once every few steps, fearing there might be snakes hiding among the bushes. Somehow we managed to survive the evening. The sun surged from behind the horizon, outlining the earth with an orange glow. Slowly the blue sky emerged and vanquished the darkness that had haunted us. As light bathed the soil, I found myself in a field of sunflowers. I had imagined the place would look far more terrifying, but anxiety had merely been playing tricks on me. I drew a deep breath to savor the morning fragrance. In distance, birds chirped as if applauding our survival. I could see it. Not only that, but touch, hear, and smell too, an experience crafted by my imagination. The image rivaled the strokes of any artist. It belonged to me alone. This fulfillment inspired me to take things further. The blast of gunfire deafened us, and we dove behind the wall. A bullet whizzed past the tip of my helmet. Sam had passed this helmet on with her dying breath. I would carry on her legacy. The desert heat pinched sweat out from every pore. I desperately wanted to empty this water bottle down my throat, but with no help in sight, I must conserve every drop. Joe's eyes closed, this time never to reopen. Despite our promise to survive together, only I managed to live. How I wished I could take her place. I finished reading Sunflower War right as the clock struck 3 a.m. So how so many people had missed the classic and left me dumbfounded. Actually, that would be a lie, as I had intention of tossing the game aside. I kept demanding excitement without offering an ounce of passion in return. If I played my part, I might be able to discover so much more. As Sunflower Wars credits rose, I realized how small the development group was. The team probably knew they stood no chance against bigger studios, yet they at least did their best with dated technologies to deliver a vision they believed in. The happiness they felt when working the project poured out every line into this game. In this game, I could gaze right into their hearts. Heart, the one thing I had long neglected. Mommy, Daddy, Minty, what is it, darling? Look, it's my calligraphy. Honey, it's calligraphy. Oh, that's great. I think you have a lot of talent. Hehehe. It's so much fun. I'm gonna become a calligrapher. I had forgotten the last time I found joy in calligraphy. Every stroke these days felt like a grocery chore. All I obsessed was over how much, or rather how little, people paid attention to my efforts. My works no longer possess heart. I failed to notice it. Time to do something about that. I could hardly wait to start. After all, I chose this path because I loved it. That inspiration boost. She was injected with inspiration. Next day, I ventured outside the street with a new set of calligraphies. Though I made no sales thus far, I still found myself beaming. That might explain why some people smiled back. Perhaps it was the weather, but I swore everyone felt warmer today. Mommy, there she is, the ice cream lady. A boy dragged her mother in my direction. This kid I helped out yesterday. The mother and I exchanged nods. Honey, the lady has a name. It's rude to call her the ice cream lady. What's her name then? Oh my, sorry, what is it? It's Vinty. The mother slapped the boy in the back. See, her name is Miss Vinty. Mommy, can we buy one of the doodles from the ice cream lady? Doodle must be another word on the top line. Doodle must be another word for the top line of calligraphy. No other explanation could restrain me from shaking the brain out of this boy. My name was nowhere inside the little brain anyway. The mother checked her wallet, and her face scrunched up, the way mine often did. All good, madame. I knew how it felt to be living on the edge of being homeless. Please, the boy nagged on. This is why I never would would have kids. This is why I would never have kids. Remember relented at last and bought one of my works. Guess the boy wanted to repay my kindness. I gave his hair a ruffle as a thanks, after flashing his missing tooth with a grin. He pulled his mother back into the crowd. Well, at least I had scored better marks than yesterday. Another man strolled towards me. Wow, I was on a roll. The heart on my side, my fame and fortune arrived. Clean my shoes, peasants. Hey, it's you again, the man said. Oh, the troll from yesterday. I calmed my thoughts and avoiding the scene. Maybe the guy came to apologize. Even a creep like him must know how rude he was. Yes, my aura had cleansed him of all evil thoughts. Gone, emptied a wallet at my greatness. Wow, these new scribbles are even worse than the ones you brought last time. Somehow I had turned into an instant internet celebrity. Top comment. Damn, snap. Wow, she went full crazy. Triangle mouth at 007. Illuminati. She being like, you know why, haha. It's more like a good. This is more like might be a good time to look for a second job. Okay. Ah. Oh, that was a pretty funny novel, guys. I enjoyed that. Well, uh, that was fun. Okay. Well, that concludes Without Within. That was a pretty fun game, and I honestly enjoyed it. And hopefully this time my voice will actually load. And I probably should have said this at the beginning of the video instead of at the end. And yeah, that was Without Within. Thanks for watching. If you watched this far, hope you hated it. Nah. Please. I mean, if you hated it, you wouldn't have made it this far. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.